Good morning, everyone. My name is Flicker, and today I'm going to be doing my Sky Dailies while also recording my dreams audio version. Oh, yeah, yeah. Gotta say, a lot of stuff happened in my dreams this time. From hanging out over at childhood friend's house, of which they're like a brother from another mother. Fucking watching that family's dad play a game where you had to scrabble around this schizo fucking long-limbed skinny character, make magic golems and make a raft to escape the Feylands. I'm like, oh, this is a really interesting game, and it's just like, yep. Oh. To then having to get over to into my mom's house and navigate the mess that is in there somewhat. Cats were there, the lower floors were pretty navigatable. It's the upper floors where all the stuff is stored. That got a little bit frustrating. And of course, it then evolved into some kind of horror dream or whatnot. Definitely some interesting stuff. But let's see if I can isolate the contexts of each thread line and use them to help separate the different story ideas from one another while also still mentioning how they blend together. Alright, so there's the usual shit of the walk between like childhood friend's house and their whole family unit. Mm. And then getting home. Car wasn't parked. Absolute fucking rainstorm, high winds. Water was drenching everything. Storm outside. Mm. But before that was like just chill, hang out, playing video games. Maybe some Legos, but I don't really remember that. More like just general toys. Mm. Definitely, definitely some split screenplay. Two different games being played at the same time, which was just really cool and really interesting, but also hella confusing. Hmm. A, a laptop with a messed up one prop, one prop. Hmm. Laptop hooked up to the TV so that way their dad could play games, but I tried to position the laptop so that way it could be more easily seen, only to find out, hey, oh hey, the hinges on the screen between the keyboard and the laptop screen wasn't really in the best condition, and so I had to position it awkwardly, and that was just a pain. Uh, but yeah. Ooh, that was a key detail, actually. There was this, like, eerie train whistle sound, and in the dream, it was spooky as fuck. Had me scared enough to go, okay, I'm locking as many doors as I can, and if there's an open area, I'm locking the door. I'm finding the nearest door that cuts that area off from the rest of the place. And locking that. Because if I tried to lock every single door, then holy shit, that probably wouldn't be very effective at all. Would be a waste of time and a waste of security. And leave me vulnerable in trying to secure the entire place. So prioritize on areas where you can make sure there are 4 walls, no openings that can't be locked, and use those as barrier layers. Oh, neat. Catch the wandering lights. I am blind. But yeah, eventually that got to me trying to organize stuff around in my mom's room to make sure it was navigatable, but every time I went back after making sure it was easy to navigate, it's like the stuff got rearranged by something else, which is just usual dream logic. Either it's the text you can't consistently read, or things get shifted, or the objects in the room get shifted around consistently, and it's a pain in the ass. But no, eventually all that stuff slid over into a space of my mind where there were wardens and spaces that shouldn't be connected but were heavily locked down, heavily closer to industrial brutalism. Somewhere along the way, I got caught up in a debate of like, okay, well, if there aren't any TV shows and TV channels like there used to be, then maybe there should at least be a few that are mildly entertaining, like cartoons and whatnot. So that was its whole thing. Went into a tangent of going deeper into the cartoon layer. Focused on some kind of show. And the plot behind it. That's what then transitioned into the more brutalist and constrained environment with higher security and whatnot. Contestants in the show having to navigate trying to think about it properly. Mind instinct. Yeah, I'm able to rewind my dreams and go off on new tangents within them, but that's only to a limited selection of context. I have to still be dreaming and it has to be the current dream. I try to do that from I can't rewind my dream every time and immediately get the same series of events that happened last time. But that's not in the context of this dream, so let's see. Oh, hey. Might as well. Hmm. 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 No, let's not get hyper focused in on the whatever the TV show cartoon thing is, because that seems like details that my brain isn't really able to remember clearly. But yeah, no, eventually transitioned into this kind of brutalist, or at least heavily concrete filled area where people were being contained and separated, but there was free time where you could walk down the channel and explore that area, only for someone at the one end to find at one end of it, hey, there's this little gap that if you walk into, that if you slide yourself into and then shimmy a bit, you can get to this other area. But instead of it being like, oh, that's just a normal part of the complex, no, it went into a completely different universe with its own, like, complex and security measures and purpose. And it was just like, oh no, we want to keep this secret. Don't want the don't want the staff of either dimension to really know about that. Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out, and so they started setting up security measures to prevent people from traveling that route and or to try and discover it. And so a part of my dream involved Sly Cooper with the stealth mechanic being invisible, but it had a time limit or at least a resource limit. So you had to use it in very specific circumstances where, all right, let's travel over to the next hiding spot where the camera isn't looking. The camera would swing back around, and you would have to turn invisible from one angle, so that way you wouldn't be seen from one angle, while the other camera couldn't see you because you were behind cover and all that. I was able to make it to the end, and that was all pretty interesting. But then it started really getting interesting. Because then it got into like, oh hey, on one side of things, there's people trying to defeat bosses, and they've got this whole group of abilities and skill sets and everything. Ah, oh. And there was that one character who, while trying to fight the boss thing, ended up jumping down into the water to try and travel across the field. But of course, every time she did that, she started taking damage, and eventually she got knocked out. The fact that it was a mechanical boss that had like rings on its rotating parts, that had eyes on its rotating rings, was really interesting. The design of it was just weird. And the character I was observing had this kind of had the rapid fire, decent damage, okay at range, but not necessarily the most accurate weapon. And they're like, oh, let's fire at the lower section. It's just like, you have been explicitly told that the thing we need to hit, the thing that looks weird or different, is up in one of the higher areas. Why are you not listening to orders? And so there was all of that. And eventually that character just passes out, and it ends up being an entire sequence where we find out, hey, another character here is actually one of the staff members, but that staff member disobeyed and got their arm removed and are trying to summon fucking, I think it was, let me see. Let me see. Hmm. Yeah, no, they were trying to summon Jack Bright, but instead of the medallion being it like absolutely complete, it's like everyone was holding on to a fragment of it, and they gotten like 9 of the fragments, but it wasn't enough to like completely make it work, so someone had to take their hand. It was specifically their left hand that got cut off. And they used it to touch the medallion, and they technically wanted to have their consciousness overwritten with it, Dr. Bright's personality, but instead they got interrupted by the rest of their team slicing that arm off as the changes took effect to both preserve the original person's identity and also to get the progress happening. And so later on we see them with like this mechanical arm, and then there's like, okay, but what happened to their human arm? And that arm just gets completely like, oh yeah, no, it just starts multiplying itself and being able to fold and to do these kinds of strange patterns. And that's how we got to the, no, that's not how we got to the fight. That's how we got to one portion of the dream. In any case, later on, I'm observing the perspective of someone who's on the like prisoner team, trying to figure out, okay, how do we get out of this place? How do we break free and whatnot? And I'm observing one of the guards, keeping them distracted and just trying to chat them up, exploring the facility areas. And then there was an activity for that day. It was like, ah, yeah, you get to go outside into that usual area, except I took too long trying to like decide, okay, do I want to equip this or do I want to not equip it? So when I finally did join the rest of the others, it wasn't that area anymore. It was like this cafeteria place. And I was just trying to find a nice little spot to hide in, be in the corner. And then I saw, oh, you have gone out of bounds. You're in danger. And I'm just watching someone else get like that fate, so I'm like, okay, let's stick close to the floor and everything. And then they're like, oh, do you want to be stretched? And I'm like, no. Okay, well, do you want to go to the mountain where you're actually tortured and you go through a horrible experience? And I'm like, no, I'd rather take the stretching, or whatever that is. And then I started waking up from the dream, but along the way I was like, let's play a game. Let's mess with awareness of these people. And so I explained the whole reason why I was hesitating was because it was like a vaccine to keep yourself from getting infected by this anomalous material and or stuff. And they're like, why didn't you take the vaccine? And it's just like, because I wanted to avoid pain down there. And you're like, what? And meanwhile, I'm just trying to suppress a laugh and a grin in my conscious self. I mean, so as to stay asleep long enough to explain in dream while keeping a while keeping to character that yeah, you don't when you're applying that, you want it to go straight into the bloodstream and get everywhere, right? So you want to put it down there. And they're just some of them are just freaking out, and meanwhile in the back of my mind I'm just laughing to myself as the entire area gets disturbed and confused, and there's a little uproar of wait, what? Are you this stupid? Meanwhile, other people are gossiping about the subject change. The staff are half flustered, half confused, going, what? And I'm just, as I'm waking up, I'm just sitting there smiling and grinning to myself and going, yeah, that should help set the scene for shutting everyone off of the kilter a little bit. The rest of you gremlins got this for the breakout. Fucking silly little story beats. Silly little story beats. I swear, if I was any good at messing with people and knowing like where the boundary line is, that way I'm not. There's already mantas here. At the boundary line between, okay, what's harmless and what isn't, then yeah, I think I'd pull more pranks. Sadly, I am not good at telling that boundary line, and it's better if I don't try to figure it out. Oh. No. Oh, I really wish I could connect the different points between the latter parts of the dream story, because that had like the most interesting visuals and details. And I did not do it justice at all. Which sucks. That was like part of the dream I wanted to share the most. Like, sure, the ending part was rather silly, but no, the context of, alright, we are trapped here. Oh yeah, it was some kind of, like, starts as some kind of game show, island-based thing, which would explain how we got how the dream blurred that between cartoons and entertainment on TV into that scenario where I was then observing all the different people as they tried to figure out what was going on, and eventually the game show aspect it bled out on the floor, and it was just this place that people were trying to escape from. Oh, that explains a lot in terms of the dream logic. Because dream logic likes to blur similar things together. It doesn't just all at once shift out of nowhere. It likes to take pre-existing concepts that are already present and being processed within the dream and be like, okay, what does this connect to? What context fills in the blank here? They'll use next best fitting reference point for what it wants until it finds what it's looking for. Honestly, I wish I could use this voice and just have people recognize that, hey, it's Flicker's voice, rather than it being immediately like, oh, hey, that's a guy's voice, or oh, hey, that's a girl's voice. It's just like, bitch, I am cute regardless. Hi. I'm the small autistic critter you wouldn't expect anything of, and the next moment you're going, hold the fuck up, as I reveal information out of left field because I didn't think to mention it earlier. I don't know what I need to share and what I don't. It's honestly one of the things that frustrates me the most about interacting with others. It's like, well, you should share this, or you should let me know about that. It's just like, my brain does not always have that context propped up in that regard. And I appreciate that you're trying to help me learn and whatnot, but let's be real, I'm kind of stupid. I really am just kind of stupid in some areas of life. And people are like, why did you do this? Why did you do that? You should have known that was going to happen. It's like, yeah, I knew it was going to happen, but I don't understand why it happened and how to prevent it in the future, so that doesn't really help me now, does it? And like, well, you shouldn't have to understand. And like, no, I shouldn't. And in many regards, you're right. People deserve to live their own lives and make their own choices and have their own agency. And I have to just go there and say, okay, I don't agree with you, but I can respect it. But then I want to try and do my own things and I want to try and navigate that space between it. It's like, well, if I don't understand it and I don't understand where the other person is at, it's just a complete utter fucking clusterfuck of two people trying to navigate around each other. Well, one is trying to. Oh, social context sucks. Oh, Flicker the simple critter. Until the simple critter decides to surprise you with depths of insight and some level of intelligence that doesn't make sense, but is also like off the mark. So you're like, actually, that really is a convenient way of summarizing what happened in the past. I'm gonna use that more often. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Can't stick around, gotta keep moving on. Don't know what lies ahead, only one way to find out. Just keep on moving ahead. No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Trusting in what you can't see. Take me, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through. Follow me. Set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through from me to you. follow me. Oh yeah. Danger is lurking around every turn. Trust your feelings, gotta live and learn. I know it's some luck that will make it through. Got no other options, only one thing to do. I don't care what lies ahead. No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Trusting in what you can't see. Take the leap, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through. From me to you. Follow me. Oh yeah. Mhm. I'll leave that to you. Oh. Yeah, I've got trust issues, but I also recognize that if I trust no one and don't give people basic respect, I'll never get anywhere in life. So it's a bit of a paradox there. Like, yeah, I know I can't just blindly trust others to help me. Because half the time when I ask, people are like, what are you on about? Help another person? Really? But that doesn't interest me. And then I just kind of let it go because it's like, oh, okay, that's the average. No need to push further then. It's not like they care about me. Try my best to take an interest in other people's interests, to spend time with them, hold space for them, give them time and space to just be themselves in this cruel fucking world. Then next thing you know, when I silently ask to try to ask for reciprocation, people are like, I don't know how to do that. And I'm just sitting there frustrated as per usual. Geez, I wonder how I became so reserved and just self-isolating. It couldn't possibly be because this world prioritizes information so much that it fails to promote the ability to actually communicate and to be emotionally mature half the time. It just expects people to be emotionally mature, and thus people learn to present it what they're told to do rather than understanding the process behind it, because half the time trying to teach people how to understand the process behind it is a lot more trouble than it's worth. And everyone would rather avoid that trouble, uncertainty, and frustration. Because at some point you just run into someone stupid and that doesn't get it no matter how hard you try, and then you find out later, oh hey, yeah, no, I found it out through this phrasing. It's just like, how was I supposed to know that? The world is a clusterfuck of confusion, and I'm just glad I'm still alive. Hmm. Okay, I do have the music channel muted. Oh, that story. No. Oh, I need to get the. Oh, wait, no, there is the non-English version. There we go. Also, just because I silently ask people for things doesn't mean that it's easy for others to read those cues, because again, I'm silently asking. I'm not explicitly stating, hey, could you, this matters to me and I want you, I'd be happy if you could take an interest in it for a bit to show that you care, because I try to do the same for you. But that's just, and I think that's where my trust issues really keep me from being able to connect with others, because people would expect me to be open all the time or to be closed off all the time to be consistent. But no, I'm always stuck in that between state where sometimes I'm somewhat distant, sometimes I'm somewhat close, and it's shifting and fluctuating. And sometimes I wish I could be more consistent, because then at least it'd be easier for people to hang out around me. And I would have the skills and experience to handle people hanging out around me. Instead of feeling like, oh, yes, people hanging out around me, if they don't understand me, then I'm in danger. And so I've got to suppress myself and make sure I only show a part of myself at a time so as to not overwhelm others. Each part of myself is authentic and I'm able to express it authentically in the moment, but it's never everything all at once. Because if there was everything all at once, then people would be like, why can't you be like the rest of us? At least that's why I was conditioned to believe. The kind of connection I'm looking for out in this world doesn't exist. And that's a dead dream that keeps on trying to revive itself. Because I think, oh, if someone can help me feel connected enough, if I can relate to someone enough, then that connection will persist no matter what. That's not how it works. People change, they live their own lives. They mature, grow, gain new experiences and perspectives. And sure, you may be able to connect with one part of them consistently again and again over time, but you'll never fully know them. And if you can't accept that, let alone the fact that others can't ever fully know you, then you'll always be trying to explain a million and one different things to people who didn't even ask that question. And so I just sleep while being awake. Because it's easier than trying to find a space that accepts me in full. And because I've kind of gotten used to that. So I can't always tap into this headspace where I'm actually, like, fully me in more than just a fragment at a time. It's kind of fun to be able to just say, hey, yeah, this is me for the moment, and have it be both true and yet not the full picture. Because then I just get to interact and be around people without them being weirded out or going, hey, what's up with you? Because people don't understand me. That's what that's what's been internalized my whole life. I don't get to be human. I want to prove that wrong. By understanding people so well that I can help everyone feel like they're a person, like they're human. But that's just childish fantasy, isn't it? So, even if my own dreams are half dead, I'm still gonna try and make something out of them. It's the least I can do if I'm gonna be sticking around and saying fuck off to death. That's me. Dream logs. Damn it, I had something there for a moment. Dream logs, self-expression, and dead dreams. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do for this video's title. Unfortunately, I wish some of that mental fortitude and strength would help me learn new things and try new things, but alas, that's not how the brain works, sadly. At least not for me. Eat granola bar. Turn off phone alarms. Mm. 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 Trying to clean out my ear right now. Mm. Hmm. What song should I listen to next? Well, since that one had the word villain in it, let's search by the word villain. Villain vibes, gets the villain, falling for the villain, little push. I wrote the code, meh, not really. Villainous thing, now that's a quality one. Villains aren't born, darling, they're made. Mm. Mm. Oh, yeah! No. Suddenly you're very near as I prefer you, soaked and shivered from the rain. You have always been delicate, disaster, fine in fire and a frame. For a fiendish laughter, oh dear. Let me see those smoky eyes. 'Cause you're a villainous thing and we can't have you living a lie. 'Cause you're a villainous thing, and I don't think anyone knows. Whoa. Let's remove those pretty clothes. 'Cause you're a villainous thing, oh, I don't think anyone knows. You'll find no ever after here. It's clear that isn't what you came for. And I'll be your pompous puppeteer on this delightful little detour. And you'll find no ever after here. It's clear that isn't what you came for. On this, oh dear. Let me see those smoky eyes. 'Cause you're a villainous thing, and we can't have you living a lie. Oh dear. Let's remove those pretty clothes. 'Cause you're a villainous thing, and I don't think anyone knows. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba da dum. Granola bar was a good snack. I need to get myself something real to eat this morning. Yeah. I intended to turn off my phone's alarms. That way we wouldn't hear wah. Turn back on for tomorrow. Turn back on for tomorrow. Turn back on for tomorrow. Thank you. Soaked in, shiver from the rain. You have always been a delicate disaster, fine in fire and a frame. You're overdue for fiendish laughter. No, it's unfortunate I've had to live most of my life like this, because it also means I'm kind of used to having that space and time for myself, in passing under the radar and not being of interest to other people. And so I half expect it, and I also just accept it. Like, okay, why would someone be interested in me? Well, they wait by gates of pearl. We'll be building palaces in purgatory. Oh dear. I've been deciphering myself. On this delightful little detour. No amount of explaining is going to change things. Nope. Different. Pendulum. I see the shadows that are falling from your eyes, draining your face of everything but the disguise. Don't Don't hide, baby. Let them see your true colors. Don't mind the camera. Let them see your black heart tonight. Don't hide, baby. Show them just how deep it goes. Dangerous. Show them just how deep it goes. Yep, messed up the lyrics there. Whoops. You've been beautiful from the start. They told me that time has only done you wrong. Mm. Plummet. Yeah, I figured. Okay. Mm. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Um. Oh. We're taking everything we can, with no expression set upon our face. The time is running out so fast. We're sleeping in the sand. You've been talking from the heart, deciding that I have been away from Earth. Mm, mm, mm. We're sinking in the sand. Hmm. Damn. Unfortunate. Welcome aboard. Next stop, the stadium. Please make sure to keep all arms, legs, wings, and tails within the vehicle at all times. Thank you for riding Novalis Rails. Ah. Mm. 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 Welcome to the underground. How was the fall? How was the fall? After this recording, I'm gonna take another nap, and hopefully my mental state will be better now by then. Yeah, even the game agrees with me on that point. Whatever. To those of you who snuck by and saw a fragment of this recording, thank you. To those of you who stuck around and watched a good chunk through, I deeply appreciate it. I hope you all have a good day, good night, whatever time or non-time it is. And if it isn't good, you're feeling stuck, lonely, lost, confused, scared, overwhelmed, shy, or otherwise, well, I hope that things either improve for you, that the chaos outside, within, between, and beyond stays manageable enough, or that you're able to find someplace to sit, rest, and vent from. If not to sit with yourself, then to at least get some of the stress out. Let's all try to keep each other in mind a little bit, because we're all just trying to live our own lives. My name is Flicker. I've gotten my Sky Dailies done. So I'll be seeing you all in the next video, my gremlins. my watchlings, omens, and otherwise. Bye-bye. Oh, I realized I failed to do the one thing I intended to hop on this game for. Whoops. So here's a little extra, I guess. Thank you. I'll say goodbye soon, though it's the end of the world. No, thank you. I'll say goodbye soon, though it's the end of the world. Don't blame yourself. No, thank you. I'll say goodbye soon, though it's the end of the world. Don't blame yourself, no. Forgive yourself for not knowing things that were never explained to you. For trying your best and no one ever taking the time to teach you more or tell you about how things are different. Take your time for yourself, okay? You deserve that kind of peace, that kind of quiet and self-acceptance, one that doesn't beat you up. Thank you. I'll say goodbye soon, though it's the end of the world. Don't blame yourself, no. And if it's true, I will surround you and give life to a world that's our own. Thank you, I'll take it with me, though it's the end of the world. Don't blame yourself, no. And if it's true, I will surround you and give life to a world that's our own. Thank you. I'll take it with me. Though it's the end of the world, don't blame yourself. No. And if it's true, I will surround you and give life to a world. Sorry, I couldn't do better. Thank you. I'll say goodbye soon, though it's the end of the world. Don't blame yourself, no. And if it's true, I will surround you and give life to a world that's your own. Thank you. Say goodbye soon, though it's the end of the world. Don't blame yourself, no. And if it's true, I will surround you.